Welcome back to the Jones College of Business Tech Tips. This week we have some new tips in Excel. What we're going to learn is how to use Excel to delete and fill out blank rows when you have a data set that contains some cells with blank rows. Next, we're going to learn how to combine multiple Excel files. So let's go start with the first part. How to delete and fill out blank rows. For example, you have this data set right here. As you can see, we have a column that says department and a column that says name in there. So what we're going to do is we have several empty rows in here, empty cells. What we're going to learn is how to delete the empty cells and get rid of the entire row. In this case, we're going to focus in the names. So we select all the name range right here. And then we're going to use Control G, go to, select a special, select blanks, and select OK. That will select, as you can see, all the blank rows for the name column. Now we need to delete them. Normally, what you will do in this case is press Control minus. It's going to ask you, delete. You're going to say, delete entire row. OK. And now, as you can see, we have done the first step. We have got rid of the blank rows for names. Now, we have several empty cells for the department, as you can see. Normally, you will manually fill this out. You can select the range, press Control G again, select the blank rows again, all the cells that contains blanks. And now here is when you're going to enter a formula. Equal, in this case, will be A2. That's the accounting department, A2. And here is the trick. Instead of hitting enter, you're going to hit Control Enter. And as you can see, we have the data set complete now. So that's the first trick. The second trick is how to combine multiple files. How to combine multiple files in Excel. There are certain conditions for this. One of the main conditions is that the files should reside in the same folder. The second is that the files should have the same structure. And more important, the file should have the same datasheet name. Now, these are the steps. This feature, we're going to do it in Windows because some versions of Microsoft Office for Mac do not support this option. So let's go learn how to do this in Windows. Here we are using Microsoft Excel 365 Windows version. The first thing that we're going to do is we need to make sure that we put all the files that we are about to combine in a folder. All the files should contain the same structure, the same columns. And also it should contain the same datasheet name. That's the datasheet that will combine in a new Excel file. So to combine the file, we go to Data, Get Data, From File, From Folder. Select the folder that contains the file that you're about to combine. In this case, I got a folder called Combine Ready, and you say Open. Here, Excel is showing all the files that were found on that folder. Notice there are all the different departments. All the files contain the names of the faculty and staff in the department. Then, here you select Combine, Load. Power Query will launch. It will ask me to select what sheet in all the files is the one that we're going to extract the data and combine it. In this case, notice that it says sample file, first file. In this case, will be the accounting file. That's the first file. And select data. Power Query shows a sample data. And then we select OK. That is telling Excel to pull out the data sheet from all those files and combine it in a new file. Select OK. Power Query will do its magic and it will put the data here. It says that we have 191 rows combined. And these are the steps that were used to combine the data by Power Query. You will notice that Power Query will add column A containing the source name, in this case the file name. And also you will see here that you have some extra columns and some extra row containing the first row in all the file that is named. And this is pretty much how you combine multiple files in Excel. And that's it. That's how we combine multiple files. As always, you can always contact me. You can reach me at this phone number, my email, if you have any questions. Thank you very much. This concludes this presentation.